code early for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown! 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker in one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, welcome in. Don't Punt Hour. Here's the the ones and twos. We got the morning Pierson-El, host as always, streaming in. You guys can join in 402-464-5685. That is the Starter Heyman text line. Facebook, YouTube, XL, channel 961. All great ways to put a face to the voice. And as always, good morning, Pierson-El. How's it going on a Tuesday? I lost track of days there.
It feels like a Monday, but it's not. It's not too bad.
Yeah, no football, unfortunately. It is Tuesday. Yesterday was a pretty good day, though, for some football. And we'll definitely get into football. And first things first, let's go ahead and break down Monday Night Football. So your just thoughts, Lions, they say they beat the Ravens. Obviously, I was still on air. I got to watch the highlights of the game, not the entire thing in its whole. But I was a little bit surprised. The Ravens are, what are they? 1-2,
I think.
Yeah, I think they only got the one. Yeah, they're 1-2 right now. Despite looking like one of the best teams week in, week out, the Ravens find themselves in a hole. It's kind of been how the Ravens have operated. Despite looking like the best, they find ways to come out with L's in really crucial games. Your thoughts on Ravens falling to the Lions?
It's shocking. You not to say that the Lions aren't on the Ravens level, because I definitely think that the Lions are capable, but we just don't know exactly with how those coordinators are going to call. But them beating Baltimore definitely have you feeling a lot more comfortable about the Lions. I don't know what it is with the Ravens. I think have the best roster probably in the NFL, and they're just not playing like it. And I don't know what it is. I mean, Harbaugh is an excellent coach. Lamar Jackson's, multiple time MVP. That defense is something serious, but for whatever reason, it's just not clicking. They can definitely snap back out of it and everything like that. And it's still early. You want to play your best football, later in the year or whatnot. So hopefully they get this, out the way, because they are my favorite for the AFC to go to the Super Bowl, honestly.
They kind of ruined it. I wanted to do some buy or sell later. One of my prompts was, are the Detroit Lions Super Bowl contenders? Because I think most people are just thinking playoffs, but I mean, man, I look at this Dan Campbell team. They needed like a week reminder to get a little bit of bulletin board material, a little Jordan-esque, where it's like, all right, everybody thinks that we're still not that team. And it wasn't that the Ravens even played that bad yesterday. The Lions just won. I think that's the most impressive thing with the Lions. Lamar Jackson wasn't gifting you anything. He was 21 for 27, 300 yards, 288, but close to 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks. Goff was 20 for 28, 202 yards, 1 touchdown. But then they had Montgomery. He had a big game. Gibbs had a big game. I mean, they had a nice duo in the run game going all night long. Lions aren't very much different at all than what they were last year.
They're starting to turn the page. Starting to settle in.
So we'll jump ahead here on just this one question. Super Bowl contenders, the Detroit Lions.
I'm not ready to say that just yet.
Okay, fair enough.
Are they NFC championship team? I think so. Super Bowl, I mean, you got to go through Philly, and I'm not ready to say that yet. But I definitely think, are they a NFC championship capable team? Yeah.
That's fair. Eagles are probably still number one.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
If you had to pick a team.
The Rams, I would probably go second. I'm not buying stock on the Packers. Like I said, I'm just not a fan of Jordan. I'm not that I'm not a fan. I'm just very cautious of Jordan Love. He has those games that he's had. If you're supposed to be, the guy and doing stuff and playing, I'm not ready to fully believe it just yet.
Rams at 2?
Yeah.
Where would you put the Ravens? I know they're 1 and 2. I still think the Ravens are better than the Rams, which is crazy, but
I mean, just of right now. In the AFC, I mean, I would have to put the Ravens, 3 or 4, just because they're not playing, their type of ball for whatever reason. Like I said, they were up on somebody and came back and lost. Who was that? Oh, the Bills. They should have beat the Bills.
Yeah, 41-40.
And I understand what that is. That's Josh Allen and everything like that. And hopefully, they lose these games now. Hopefully later in the season. I mean, we've seen them in years previous to win those type of games and lose them when it matters. So hopefully it's flipped when it comes to it. But I mean, in the AFC, like I said, I think the Ravens has the best roster. They're just not playing like it, and I can't put them at 2 or 3 when, I mean, you were up on the Bills and you let things go. So they're right now, I think, like I said, they're maybe the 4th, 5th best team in the AFC.
Okay, well, we can do that. Let's go by divisions then, because it's a lot easier to pick out the contenders by division. We'll stay more away from the overall power rankings, because NFC, Eagles, I'd go Lions, probably is the second best team in there right now. Is there anybody else that the Eagles and Lions are worried about? I know like the Packers.
The Rams, I think, is somebody definitely that you have to worry about.
Sorry, the Rams.
And I think the Buccaneers. They're more believable. I think they are definitely a step closer to those top teams in the NFC. Hopefully they stay healthy and everything like that. But Baker hasn't fired on all cylinders and everything like that. And hopefully they've taken that next step to compete, in that second round to get to going to the third round and everything like that. They're right there. They're on the outside looking in.
The only problem I got with the Buccaneers is like that division, you're going to be all right. But man, they're just like I mean, if they could be 0-3 as easily as they are 3-0 right now. So
but they're not.
They're not. But I just wouldn't put them. I'd put them behind the Packers. I'd put them behind the Rams.
Okay, so I have a question. So if the Chiefs and Mahomes and them were playing, I mean, how many times have we listed Mahomes last year or the year before last year where they were one score games, they were getting the flip of a coin and call it lucky, and we were giving them the number one team, this and this and that, and yet with Baker playing lights out and the defense still finding ways to win, you're still not ready to believe that when they've been consistently the past 2 years.
No. Chiefs had some credits. They Chiefs, even though they showed up
with the terrible offensive line and the weapons that they have, they're very similar teams in the defense that they have. The Buccaneers are a strong defensive team, and they rely on Baker to make some magic. Now, I'm not saying Baker is Patrick Mahomes, but very similar style with just making things happen.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be pleasantly happy to be wrong, because to me the game plan is we're relying on Baker to have some magic at the end of these games, which when your defense is that good, it's not a bad strategy to keep it close and let Baker, have the final swing, and he's delivered. You're 3-0. All I'm saying is the Chiefs, they have the resume. They could show up this season looking like crap, and you still know what they can do.
The Buccaneers, the last two offensive coaches have left to become head coaches. So Baker's still doing this with another coach in 3 years straight.
Give him an Andy Reid, and I'd be all in. That's the problem. Like he needs. It's a fun run. I hope I'm dead wrong. I think they will win their division, but I just don't know if they could. If they're on that same level as like what the Eagles are.
I'm not saying they're on the same level. They're outside looking in, but I'm definitely investing stock in that.
Okay. All right. How far into the playoffs you think? Because I think definitely a playoff team.
Second round.
All right.
Depending on the matchup in the second round, like let's just say, if they get the Packers, like, in the second round and everything like that. Honestly, like, I would probably pick them over the Packers just with the history with the Packers in the playoffs. They normally do good first round, second round, they choke.
Okay.
But if you get a Philadelphia or a Rams, second round and everything like that, I might be thinking a little bit different. It just depends on what that matchup is in the second round.
49ers. 3-0. Not great wins though. You got a 17.
They're hurt. I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, you got Bosa that just tore his ACL. Kittle is on IR. Your quarterback is already hurt, and it wasn't even past the first quarter of the game. The first quarter of the season, he didn't even make it there. So it's I'm not. I think the NFC. If they make it, I think they squeak in, but I'm not. They're not healthy enough.
Do you ever watch Deadpool, the movie?
Yeah.
You know that one scene where he puts his team together and they jump out of the plane and none of them make it?
That's
the 49ers every season. They jump out of the plane to start the season. None of them are healthy by the time they get there. So
I like them. I think having solid backs gives them a different swag and everything like that. I think their defense definitely has been operating the old way. Their offense has just been one hiccup after another. I mean, you got Ricky Pierson. He's been doing this thing. Ayuk hasn't come back. McCaffrey, looks like vintage McCaffrey and everything like that. They're just not. I mean, I don't think people that they've lost their luster. People are not as afraid of them. Same thing with the Chiefs. The people aren't as afraid as you. It's like you're not, you're not what you used to be. And it's like, you're beatable. Definitely, are you a strong opponent? Yeah. Do we have to worry about you? Yeah. But it's not the Super Bowl team that they had, 2 years ago.
Yeah. On the bright side, Brock Purdy having a quicker recovery than they were thinking. Not that he's not going this week, but they think he'll be back a lot quicker than people anticipated. So maybe he'll be back. Yeah. The quote from the 49ers was, quote, I think Purdy's going to have a chance to go this week. And apologies, that's not from the 49ers. That's ESPN's Adam Schefter. But it is put out there that he's not going to go ahead and go. So they give it some more time. But at the same time, you're getting at least some confidence out there. I'm not saying it's going to happen. It's one of those weirder injuries, but it's a little bit of good news and what's been just the overflow of bad news of injuries for the 49ers. But yeah, they just have horrible luck. I'm selling, not because I don't think they're good, but you're going to be really just leaning on that defense. And then if you look at the 49ers schedule, it's not going to be easy. No, they got the easiest games right now, and that's why it's good for them to be.
And their conference is starting to look, really, really competitive. Seattle, they're coming along. They may be not where the other teams are, but they are strong. The defensive team, they are, and teams always struggle with them. You got the Cardinals, who are playing really, really good right now. That can look to be a sneaky playoff team. So I mean, their conference isn't easy at all. Honestly, the 49ers might be one of the weaker teams, or three, at 3 in that division. And I know they're undefeated right now, but give it in this next set of 4 games, the ties could turn. They can go from 1 or 2 to 3 or 4.
Well, on the bright side, they got a win over the Seahawks and the 49ers within their own division. Then they get the Jaguars, but then it's Rams, Buccaneers, Falcons. It's actually pretty manageable schedule. The more I'm looking at it, they might be all right. I'll just read it through right now. Jaguars, Rams, Buccaneers, Falcons, Texans, Giants, Rams, Cardinals, Panthers, Browns, Titans, Colts, Bears, Seahawks. That's not bad.
This is the 49ers schedule?
Yeah, that's the 49ers schedule.
Yeah, but it's not bad, but Mac Jones is your quarterback, as your most healthiest quarterback.
If Brock Purdy's healthy in 2 weeks.
He has turf toe, so I mean, you don't know how long that can necessarily last. Like, he might do a week. It might be inconsistent. So, again, they're playing, the schedule isn't too bad, but are we sure Purdy's going to play 80% of these games?
That's why we watch. That's why we watched Mornay. I don't feel good about it. I'm trying to find some silver linings for the 49ers fans. AFC's a lot easier. Looking at these teams. Number 1 team in the AFC, would you go Bills? You could say Chiefs if you want, but I'm not. Ravens, if you're still high on the 1 and 2 Ravens or a 1 and 2 Chiefs.
That's fair to say. Bills probably the number 1 team. That's fair to say.
Or Chargers in the mix. 3-0, and Jim Harbaugh's got the boys going. That division is fun, by the way.
I think it's a coin flip between the Chargers and the Bills for the number 1 slot. If I were to say, I'd probably say I trust the Chargers a little bit more than the Bills, just because of the supporting cast and everything like that. Not to say that Josh Allen has been doing it and everything like that, but I mean, we'll see how long Superman can keep wearing his cape.
Colts are fun.
I'm not ready to
defense is good.
I'm not ready to say that are they a talented top team right now? Yes. Are they, I will put them at 4 and hold them at 4 just because of their division. Don't know what's going on with Houston. Houston just looks like they're just trying to find themselves for whatever reason.
And that's kind of, I mean, that's all that's really scaring me. Unless you like the Rodgers Steelers. I guess that's one team that maybe people don't give enough credit, but they're sitting there 2-1. They're in
they're leading their division right now. Regardless, I mean, with Rodgers there and Tomlin and what they are known to do, I think they'll figure out, the run defense, because it flashes that defense is still, top tier and everything. I know they've been gashed lately, but I think they'll get that situated and ironed out. You have to respect the Steelers. You have to.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And as they're sitting there, they'll probably be
they're number one in their division right now.
Yep, good chance to be the number one. They're just got to stiff arm the Ravens on what's been a slow start for those guys. Browns are fun, but Cleveland Browns are just going to pop off for a fun game once they're blue moon. Cleveland Browns are. I don't even know I don't even know what the motto of Cleveland Browns football is. They just find ways sometimes. Bizarre win over the Packers, but yeah. Otherwise, you're looking at the Bengals.
They're good for that 2 or 3 times a year.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. Like, I don't know. They're down to really destroy a fan base's heart a couple times a year. And the Packers got one of those, a rude awakening that certainly helped even out that division a little bit up in the NFC North. Other than that, nobody else is really scaring me. Your Raiders, a little bit of a slow start. They're heading for another loss this week. Hate to tell you.
Offensive line has to do its part. They have playmakers. I'm not blaming Geno. I think Geno is playing consistent enough. I think things haven't gone his way with some of the shots that he's taken over the weekend, everything like that. They just have to play consistent ball. Defense is out there doing its thing. Offense just has to be better.
I agree. And Smith's been all right. I haven't really. You're getting exactly what you thought you were going to get from him, in my opinion. I'm not surprised by anything. For me, I agree with you. Your offensive line's just got to get better. With that being said, though, we got to throw it to break. We're going to talk about some breaking news today with coaching legend, coached all the way starting, I think, 2005.
Oklahoma State.
Yeah, everybody knows. We'll talk about that. And then what is the kind of the leash on some of these other great coaches that are around college football right now as Gundy gets canned. We'll talk about that next. Don't go anywhere. Don't Punt Tower. We got the morning Pierson-El. The host is always Harrison Arns on the 1s and 2s.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion, for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in segment number 2. Don't Punt Hour. DeMornay Pierson-El, the host, is always streaming in. We're going to talk about a coaching legend, depending on how you describe the word legend, but someone who certainly impacted the game of college football a lot, and certainly at one program in particular, Mike Gundy. Gets let go, I believe, since 2005. Might be a year off, 2006 maybe at most, but almost 20 years, and I think it has been 20 years. He's been let go. Gundy, no longer the Oklahoma State head coach. Your thoughts on Oklahoma State letting him go? I understand last year they were 0-9 in conference play. Another slow start this year. That's what led to the firing, but your thoughts on it?
Sometimes it's just time to turn a page. You lost to Tulsa, which you shouldn't. It was a slow start. Sometimes, all good things come to an end. It's time to kind of, move on.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Sometimes it really hurts. We'll see who they hire next is going to be crucial. Not to scare too many people so early. None of this probably means a whole lot, but I'm seeing CBS put out Dana Holgerson as a potential head coach for Oklahoma State, and
That would be nice, but bad at the same time.
I was like, hey, whose side are you on here? It'd be great for them, not so great for us. We'd have to really find a guy to get in here if it's not going to be Holgerson. But again, that's far out. There's nothing really official on that. Just names people are throwing out as of right now. And Holgerson makes sense with what he's doing for that offense and how good Dylan Rails looks so far. But yeah, I can understand it. Tough. I just, he's had so much success there. I don't know. College football just seems a lot more volatile than ever, because then you go look at Clemson, who had all these returning players back as well. They're not calling for his job yet, but I know if you go to some of the,
Oklahoma State hasn't been on the same success level as Clemson. I mean, Clemson, in the last 7 years or 10 years, they won the ACC 7 out of 10 years. They've went to national championships. They've went deep into playoff runs and everything like that. So I mean, it's a little different.
I mean, you're right, but in 2023 they were 10-4. In 2021 they were 12-2. So I mean, you're 2 years away from being 10-4. At least that's what you were at one point in time. Last two seasons, I mean 3-9, and then 1-2 before he goes ahead and gets fired. And to your point, I mean, their bowl games, when he did take over in 2006, and they won the Independence Bowl, the Insight Bowl, lost in the Holiday Bowl, lost in the Cotton Bowl, won the Alamo, Fiesta, Heart of Dallas Bowl, Cotton Bowl. They took a loss, and that
with him being there so long, and honestly, like not winning a conference championship is especially when Oklahoma left, Texas left. You're supposed to dominate and step up, and I guess that kind of good faith and everything like that ran out. But I mean, with the big dogs and the Big 12 leaving, now is your time to shine, and you really haven't stepped up to the plate.
It is a little surprising to see him struggle in what is the new Big 12. You have to go all the way back to 2010. 2011. That was his best season, where they finished 12-1, and then they go out and they win the Fiesta Bowl as well. Otherwise, plenty of notable 10-3 years between 2015, 2017, and it does take a noticeable drop once you start getting into the more 2018 and up. It just kind of gets worse and worse. Maybe you pop off for a year where you win 10. 2021, another 12-year win, but you go ahead and you win the Fiesta Bowl. I don't know. They're not super far away from good seasons, but the last two seasons have been absolutely dreadful. Would you do the same if you were the AD?
I don't know. Because I've been a part of firing a person that's been winning.
Yeah.
And things. So I'm not one to say, to jump the gun, because I don't know what that AD is looking at and everything like that. But did he want, his university and everything like that to go in a different direction and everything like that? Maybe so. And he's, making what the best decision for them. So I can't say I would, I can't say I wouldn't. I'm not in that position. I don't, make those. I don't make the big bucks to make that decision. But I mean, that's something that's definitely probably, would have been something to evaluate.
All right, fair enough. At what point do people get there with Clemson? Is anyone near close to that with Dabo Swinney? 1-3 right now. Last year, the one.
I mean, regardless of how he finishes this year, if it goes 2 years in a row, then maybe you can start to think about it. Just the lay of the land of college football. Things are changing and everything like that. So, give him some time to adjust. I mean, in a year, he's changed his stance on how he feels about transfers and everything like that. So, giving him some time to kind of identify and get things going or whatnot. But I think Clemson would be a fool to let Dabo go.
Yeah, Dabo started all the way back in 2009, and I should have rephrased. Like, obviously, they're not going to fire him this year, or at least it's very unlikely. Like, he made it to the college football playoffs. It's more of how many years does it take for you to get fired? Despite what good years you may have had, it feels like 2 bad years is almost enough now. And Deshaun Foster, you don't even get a year. Say what you will. Last year, UCLA was better than I think anybody anticipated. This year, they start off slow.
You don't even let things develop. Like
No,
you're not even. You saying, "Oh, we believe in you. We believe in you. We're giving you all of this and this and that," and yet, well, you're not doing enough to like. It's very contradicting, and it's crazy with that. I think new coaches, you have to give new coaches at least 3 or 4 years to kind of get stuff situated and everything like that. I mean, he's lost some coaches. He has some turnovers, with some stuff, players leaving and everything like that. It takes time, so I don't think he got a fair shake.
At least
he was I think he was a scapegoat of whatever they were trying to do. But again, I mean, where do you go from there? Because I think he was probably a great example for those athletes to kind of understand what it means to to wear those colors and those initials and everything like that. With a university like Clemson, like I said, I mean, depends on how bad the 2 years are. If you have like a Vandy type of year of just getting beat down, the complete opposite and everything like that, I mean, it's considerable. But I mean, they lost 3 games last year and still won the conference and still was in the playoffs. So I mean, I don't think they're not out of the contingents, because it's like if you get back to the ACC championship, I don't know if that can logically happen, but I mean you're right there.
Yeah, I'm just bothered by UCLA and the shot. That one made 0 sense to me. Sometimes
Completely. I mean that type of fire is stuff that they do in the NFL. Like they bring in coaches and firing them within a year. I don't understand. You were never probably bought in on hiring him.
Nope.
You never gave him enough support to get things done and everything like that. Like that's just all bad.
Yeah, I just go out, and if you're gonna bring him in there, I just don't know why you let it get to the beginning of the season. Like, I felt like you were just waiting for an excuse. And say what you will about Nico Iamaleava, but he has some recruiting because he was able to get him down there. And we've seen right here in Nebraska, we've seen us get the wrong QB, and we didn't want to fire our coach immediately after. We kind of like, hey, wrong guy, you got to be better there. But we gave him a chance, and now we're right now in a much better situation. And it feels like that's just kind of what happened with UCLA. Listen, you get the quarterback wrong, you're going to lose way more often than not. It just does not matter what you do unless you're going to run a system where you can just turn around and hand the ball off and never need to put it in the air. And they got the wrong quarterback. It's not going to be a good year unless Nico Iamaleava does some drastic changes himself, which now is even more unlikely with, I don't even know who the interim is that took over. But yeah, I mean, you just kind of doomed yourself for failure. You could have just held on to him at the end of the season. Your results probably would have been a little bit better. You could at least recruit a little bit better, in my mind, knowing that, hey, he did get Nico. He got his brother. He got some other pretty decent recruits in there. You're not going to go be able to recruit against Michigan, Ohio State. But now I don't know what you're doing. You don't even have a person out there to go recruit. If you're having people come visit the Rose Bowl, well, you don't have a head coach to go talk to him on the recruiting visit. You got an interim.
I mean, regardless of even if you throw money at the situation and everything like that, you're still not going to be able to get who you want and everything like that. People you don't know what system you're going to be in. So how can you recruit players? I mean, even the coaches, what are they saying? They can't really put their stake in, this is what it's going to be, because it's unclear, because they could hire somebody and the new person coming in could clean house or keep people. So it's a very unfortunate situation.
Yeah, it's just tough. Like, I don't know what you tell the recruiter. Like, hey, buddy, listen, I'm on my 3rd interview. I think I might be your head coach. Come play here, and I might be the guy, and you can go ahead and play for me. But now you're in a situation where you're selling a lot of uncertainties. And last time I checked, it's not great to recruit players on uncertainty. And not saying that Deshaun Foster would have ever figured it out with UCLA, but now we'll never know, because I think you could just let him ride out the year. Even if it was going to be painful and bumpy, I think it'd be a lot less painful if you just kept him on staff than opposed to, I think there'll be kind of dumpster fire for the rest of the year. knock on wood, because I know we play them, and the irony would be that they go ahead and find a way to beat Nebraska. But nonetheless, just kind of weird. You see Gunn to get fired, makes a little bit more sense than the Foster firing in my eye. And of course, some other coaches like Luke Fickell, Dabo Sweeney, if they keep it up with maybe another one of these really bad years, they could be some of those next coaches on the block. All right, with that being said, we'll throw it to our third final break here. Don't go anywhere. Is the Don't Punt Hour with the morning Pierson-El. Harrison Arnold's back at the Ticket Studio. We'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Harvest season is coming, and Acres has discounted many of our late model John Deere combines. Get thousands in discounts and upgrade for this year's harvest. Plus, you could save even more with interest rates starting as low as 1.9% on select units. Low interest rates combined with our huge discounts, there's not a better time to buy. Visit acres.com for all the details. That's AKRS.com. Restrictions apply. Offer ends August 31st, 2025. Subject to approved financing. Offer may change at any time without notice.
Hey fans, there's more winning at Amigos with the VIP Game Day giveaway. Every app scan is your chance to win premium tickets to a Nebraska football, basketball, and volleyball game, along with exclusive game day perks. And when Nebraska goes to a bowl, the winner also gets 2 tickets, lodging, and airfare to the bowl game. Weekly semifinalists will win free food for a year. Go Big Red. Eat at Amigos and enter to win.
Amigos is celebrating 45 years with exclusive Nebraska Legends collectible cups featuring Tom Osborne, John Cook, and some of your favorite Huskers. For every cup sold, 50 cents goes to teammates. Show your Big Red pride by getting all 4 of these collectible cups at Amigos.
This is Tom Osborne with the Teammates Mentoring Program. We have students on the waiting list for a mentor, and we want you to join the team. Learn more about mentoring and support teammates by visiting Amigos.
An overdose can happen in front of you and you might not realize it. Blue lips, slowed breathing, pinpoint pupils, choking sounds, unresponsive to touch or sounds. These signs aren't always obvious, but they can be deadly. Knowing what to do could save your friend, your neighbor, your child. Learn more by visiting myhealthymind.crediblemmind.com so you can be ready before it happens. This message is funded in part by the CDC OD2A grant.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just their professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, their passion for happier, healthier, furry friends.
Limitless Male says it's all fun and games until your testosterone plummets. Testosterone levels can start falling as early as age 30 with symptoms like no energy, poor sleep, brain fog, belly fat, muscle loss, and mood swings. If this sounds familiar, get your testosterone checked at Limitless Male. We'll get you back in the game with more strength, energy, and confidence. When you feel this good, you'll wonder why you waited so long to get a free consult at Limitless Male. Get scheduled today.
I'm Karen Carr. I've been a realtor for 31 years. When I made a company change 12 years ago, I chose Lincoln First Realty, now NP Dodge. It's the oldest independently owned realty company in the country. Since becoming NP Dodge, we've continued our tradition of community involvement. Our management and staff are always available to offer support in marketing, technology, social media, and educational opportunities.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 888-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
What's better than supporting your favorite radio station and eating delicious Nebraska-made products? Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska wants to highlight you, the listener, on the 93.7 The Ticket Wall of Fame at the store. Stop by the store at 48th and R in Lincoln and see their huge variety of small batch gourmet jerky. Or if you're not in the area and want to try some, go to smokinggunjerky.com and enter code EARLY for 10% off your purchase. It's the ultimate low-calorie, high-protein snack at Smoking Gun Jerky of Nebraska.
With UBT, you've got total control over your money. Like Doug, who runs his game day tailgate like a well-oiled machine.
I got burgers, brats, chicken, dogs, plus all the fixins'. And with the UBT Go app, I can track my food spending from anywhere.
Pro move.
They don't call me Grill Sergeant for nothing.
No matter your goals, UBT helps you feel good about reaching them. Union Bank and Trust. Member FDIC.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, DeMornay Pierson-El.
All right, welcome back in. Final segment. Only a few minutes left here before we wrap things up. Quick update. We do got Royals taking over on the airwaves. Currently, they are leading the Angels 2-0, top of the first inning. And some other news today, Guardians do get a win over the Tigers. David Fry, though, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter, took a nasty hit to the face after going for a bunt. Other scores today, you got White Sox leading Yankees 2-1, bottom of the ninth. Red Sox over the Blue Jays 4-1, top of the ninth inning. Braves beat the Nationals 3-2. Cubs tied up with the Mets, middle of the seventh inning. Twins leading the Rangers at the top of the sixth, 2-1. And then, as I mentioned, your Royals leading the Angels 2-0. Rockies, Mariners, Dodgers, Diamondbacks, Brewers, Padres, Cardinals, Giants, all just getting started at the first inning. And then, of course, Astros, Athletics for the real late game. You want to stay up for it. That one starting at 9:05. But nonetheless, Kansas City Royals are leading. And before we get off here, DeMornay Pierson-El tomorrow night, 6 p.m., volleyball. It's got a big game. They play Michigan. They open up Big Ten conference play. Michigan a little bit better than I think maybe people would have anticipated heading in. They're sitting there, only one loss, 10-1. Their non-con schedule, I will say, was nothing compared to ours, but still, 10-1 walking into the place, opening up conference play. Good test for Nebraska. Because it was, 20 games worth of conference. What does the Husker volleyball need to do? Not to say keys to the game, but just mentally heading into the stretch where it's conference time now. You're going to have 20 games. You're undefeated. You're going to be the number one target for everybody in the Big Ten on the way out.
Just dominate. Start fast. Get above the curve and everything like that. Just play their game. Like you said, they're a lot more battle tested than Michigan is, just with the non-conference games and everything like that. So just show up while you're the number one team in the nation. Take care of business. Finish it in 3 and get up out of there.
Absolutely, and that one, of course, at home. So if you're listening, you good chance a lot of you guys already have tickets to it. But if not, it'd be a fun one. We'll have the post-game show here tomorrow night as well. Given how long, if it goes 5 sets, it could take up to 3 hours or just an hour and a half if they go out there and flat out dominate early. But of course, you can join us for that. And if you missed it, the show before yours, DeMornay Pierson-El, we do got Jalen Reyes, assistant coach at the University of Nebraska for volleyball. That'll be nice. He'll break it down. He talked a little bit of Michigan at the end as well. If you guys want to tune into that, he'll be a weekly occurrence Tuesdays.
He is essential to that program. I don't think a lot of people, or maybe they do, but I mean, he is the glue to finding and getting those people in there. So I mean, he is definitely an asset to be at Nebraska.
Yeah, it's crazy. I got to learn more about him. I didn't realize he was a Hawaiian native, and then his dad coached volleyball like his entire life. He grew up like Hawaii is just. You're going to find some of the best volleyball players in the world, especially at the beach volleyball scene. So he just thought he was kind of good, not realizing he's playing with a bunch of future Olympians and Division I talent. And then he goes out there, he plays for BYU, and then he think he got to Nebraska and at like 24, 25. I mean, really crazy, bro. But you're absolutely right. What he means to the program is huge. And it's kind of funny, especially for the people who are really unfamiliar with Husker volleyball. They'll sometimes think he's the head coach because he's the guy up there just.
He's just very, very active, and I mean he's out there. Like I said, he's really, really good at his job. And he's a competitor, and he gets typically anybody he wants. At the university. I mean, it's not really, really hard to sell, but again, I mean, when you get to handpick who you want and everything like that, and bring in the right fit, for coaches and whatnot, it makes your job a lot easier.
Absolutely. And to your point, like I think 3 out of the last 5 years, Nebraska's been the number one recruiting class.
Shout out to him.
First, it's like been second or third. Third is like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? But I think a lot of that's on him, and he's done a phenomenal job. So it's going to be great to get his input on what is a dominant powerhouse here at the university. That's going to wrap it up for us. Good morning, Pierson-El. Appreciate the time as always. Don't go anywhere. Chris Raff coming up next.